Hey there, everyone. This is Joe Donahue with Bird's Nest Media here with the sixth round recap for the Philadelphia Eagles. We have concluded the sixth round of the 2023 NFL Draft. And as we get into these final picks in the draft, final rounds in the draft, there's some important things that have occurred. So let's take a look at what the Eagles did and then who the Eagles picked. So what did the Eagles do? Well, we remember that the Eagles at the end of the second round actually traded back, allowing Houston to take over the pick there. So the Eagles traded out of the second into the third round, and as a part of that, the Eagles gained a seventh round pick. It was actually number 230. And then the Eagles also gained number 249, pick number 249, as a part of the DeAndre Swift trade. So the Eagles and the Detroit Lions swapped picks. The Lions got pick number 219. The Eagles got pick number 249. So the Eagles had 3 picks in the seventh round. And what wound up happening was, in the lead up to the sixth round, the Eagles traded 2 of those picks. So they traded pick number 248, which was the penultimate pick. It's actually the Eagles' own pick in the seventh round. And they traded pick number 230, which they already got from Houston. They traded those to Houston in exchange for Houston's pick number 191 midway through the sixth round was where that was to occur. So that gave the Eagles 2 picks in the sixth round. Then what happened was the Eagles made a pick. We'll come back to the pick. And then the Eagles traded that pick number 191 over to Tampa Bay. And what happened with that was the compensation for that was a 5th round pick in 2024. So what effectively happened was the Eagles flipped 2 of their 3 7th rounders for a future 5th rounder, which is, again, future picks are not as valuable as current picks because we don't know what the pick is going to actually wind up being in the 5th round. We don't know where it's going to fall in the order. But the fact that the Eagles traded for a future pick and basically did a little bit of a flip for 2 7th rounders and turned that into a future 5th rounder, that's a good trade. That's a good trade. So definitely enthused about that trade. Now, all that having been said, the Eagles did make a pick in the 6th round. The Eagles picked quarterback Tanner McKee, quarterback out of Stanford. I do like this pick, mostly for the positioning, mostly for the potential value that he could have in a few years, especially as a backup quarterback. Certainly, we're not drafting Jalen Hurts' replacement at the 6 overall. It's only rare when somebody like a Tom Brady, who comes very, very late in the game, takes over and becomes a superstar quarterback for years. And there's no sign of Jalen Hurts degrading. So this is definitely this is going to be a backup quarterback for Jalen. But Tanner McKee, quarterback out of Stanford, he went 265 for 433 in the 2022 college football season. That's a completion rating of 61.2%. Average 6.8 yards per attempt. He threw for 13 touchdowns. He did have 8 interceptions. That is a little bit higher than I would like to see somebody like that. But again, he is going to be a backup, and he's going to be sitting behind a player that is going to hopefully help him grow as a quarterback, hopefully help him grow as a player. And then maybe in a few years, if he's not panning out as a backup quarterback or what have you, he could be somebody's starter, somebody's franchise quarterback in a few years. In the intervening time frame, he is a good player. It's a good pick for the Eagles. The Eagles like to make sure that the quarterback position is solid. That's why we drafted Jalen Hurts in the 2nd round in the 2020 NFL draft, because we wanted to make sure that that quarterback room was as solid as possible. I am a fan of the pick. I do like where he was selected. So we'll see what happens. What do you think? How is the sixth round? How are these moves that were made? How was Tanner McKee's selection? Let me know in the comments below. Love to hear what your thoughts are on that. The Eagles have one more pick at the end of the seventh round. It's pick number 249. They got that from Detroit as a part of the DeAndre Swift trade that occurred earlier today. So, barring anything else crazy, we will be putting out a seventh round recap, and then there will be a full episode summarizing the entire draft, going through it, instant reactions, things of that nature. So, stay tuned for those here on Bird's Nest Media. Full Bird's Nest podcast episode coming up soon. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Joe Donahue, and let's go Eagles.